Today, I want to tell you about a small match that happened in Hong Kong on 6 February 2024. This match was a friendly for Inter Miami, and they had to play against the Hong Kong League 11. There were more than 400 fans in the stadium, and the average ticket price was approximately $500 and $600 per fan who attended the match. And the reason for that was just one: Lionel Messi. However, when the match began, Messi did not step onto the pitch for even a minute. It was said that he had a groin injury. But the fans were furious. They chanted for refunds. The issue escalated so much that after the match, the Hong Kong government launched an investigation to see if there were political reasons behind Messi not playing. Just 3 days later, Inter Miami played another friendly in Tokyo, where Messi was present on the pitch. That was it. After that, outrage, trust was broken, there was a firestorm, internet memes. Everything happened because of just this one incident. So much happened just because one player didn't play. In today's video, we won't discuss Messi's controversies or what the Hong Kong government found in its investigation. The point is, this is about Lionel Messi. Wherever he goes, crowds follow, numbers follow him, and so does the attention of the international media. In today's video, I'll try to explain to you that when Messi moved to America, an entire economic ecosystem emerged there alongside him. Let's dive into it. But before starting, I want to say that if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please make sure you do so. And if you haven't liked this video yet, leave a like. December 18, 2022 is a date etched into the heart and mind of every Messi fan. And even those who aren't fans remember it for sure, because Messi won the World Cup and made his name immortal in football. After that date, many people thought Messi had written the final chapter of his football story, and maybe there was nothing left for him to achieve. As far as football achievements go, this is true. After winning the World Cup, it was clear Messi wouldn't stay at PSG. But the question was, where would Messi go next? There were definitely some options here. A story was being woven, a link created. Could Messi return to Barcelona? Financial restrictions made that impossible. The other option was that Messi might go to Saudi Arabia. Cristiano Ronaldo had already moved to Saudi Arabia, and Lionel Messi was already a brand ambassador for Saudi tourism. Logically, too, a move to Saudi Arabia made a lot of sense for Messi, as he could earn mega money which European clubs could never pay. If some reports are to be believed, Al Hilal, a Saudi Arabian side, offered Messi $1 billion for a 1 or 2 year contract. Again, these are all alleged claims. Try to understand, the amount of money we're talking about here is absolutely insane. We've never seen such wages in sports until now. But Messi rejected this eye-watering amount and chose MLS, America. A transfer where football rules, business laws, and global strategy all play together. This is the story of how Lionel Messi changed not just one league, but the entire football ecosystem of a continent. When Messi won the World Cup, he was playing club football for PSG at the time. In Paris, Messi had everything: goals, trophies, but not UCL though. Nevertheless, in his final season, he scored 32 goals and assists, won the Coupe de France and the French league title. Yes, European success eluded him, but as a footballer, he was still very successful there. But something was missing. Messi never seemed settled in France. Even after winning the World Cup, PSG ultras booed him, and he could never create the connection with fans that he had at Barcelona. Here, Messi faced a tough decision. As discussed earlier, Barcelona was one option for him, but due to La Liga's caps, that couldn't happen, and he didn't get the emotional return he wanted. Saudi Arabia was another option, where Messi was already a brand ambassador. But Messi didn't take that option. Messi also stated, of course, allegedly, "I want to enjoy my football in a calmer environment, and my priority is my family. And I do want to play football, but in a less pressured environment." That's when Inter Miami entered, which was quite late to the story, but ultimately became Messi's destiny. To understand this transfer, we have to go a bit back in time. In 2007, when David Beckham joined MLS, he had a very smart clause in his contract: the right to purchase an MLS franchise in the future at a discounted price, which is how he bought Inter Miami. Messi's transfer is an extension of that same vision. When people talk about football transfers, they usually discuss playing time, salary, etc., which is true for most players. But we're not talking about most players. We're talking about Lionel Messi. For him, this was more than a transfer. It was a strategic takeover. Money was, of course, a byproduct, but Messi chose not the money, but the platform. Here, Messi's agents didn't just crack a football deal, but a business deal. Imagine if you were Messi. Every time you play a football match, and it's streamed on Apple TV, you get a certain percentage. You make money. Every time Adidas sells Inter Miami merchandise, you get a percentage. Another revenue stream. This deal wasn't just football. It became a Silicon Valley and sports blueprint. Messi, of course, accepted this contract and became the biggest player to play in MLS to date.
Now, if we talk a little about business stats. When Messi debuted for Inter Miami, the MLS season pass shattered all global traffic records. Bloomberg reported that after Messi signed, Apple TV's MLS season pass gained 300,000 new subscribers. 300,000 new people bought the MLS season pass. And regarding jersey sales, Inter Miami jerseys made by Adidas saw demand increase more than 10 times their US stock. Fans had to pre-order because there were simply not enough jerseys available. Business, which we will discuss further ahead, was crucial. But there was another reason Messi chose Miami over anywhere else in America, and that was his family. Messi had said so before. After some safety incidents in Argentina, he wasn't 100% sure his family was safe there. Miami is a city in Florida with a strong South American, particularly Argentine, community. Messi felt more at home there, which was a major reason he chose Miami as his residence. If you look at online discourse, there's a misconception that Messi chose America because the league was easier. But aside from business, a topic we'll continue discussing is that the biggest reason MLS pushed hard for Messi was the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Messi wasn't just here to play football, but to sell it. Apple and MLS signed a $2.5 billion deal for all MLS matches to be streamed on Apple TV from 2023 to 2032, with no games on traditional cable. This is a major shift for sports. Now, returning to Messi, he elevated MLS and Apple TV to Netflix-level status globally. Now, every fan streams. Stadiums are sold out. Youth are obsessed. And most importantly, Messi is building a business empire for himself. Social media cannot be ignored when discussing business. Inter Miami had 1 million followers on Instagram, and within 3 weeks of Messi joining, it jumped to 15 million. Messi's association set a record for a sports team that gained the most followers after 2023, and that team was Inter Miami. The announcement post of Messi signing got over 11 million likes on Instagram. Engagement rates soared. Other social media numbers also saw huge boosts. Objectively, if we talk about Adidas, in 2023, Inter Miami's jersey became Adidas's best-selling jersey, number 10 Messi on the back. Apple TV, a key player in all this, saw its MLS season pass retention rate break records. If you're unfamiliar with retention rate, streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV track how many initial subscribers are retained, monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, or yearly. In Apple's and Messi's cases, all previous retention rate records were broken. When it comes to match tickets, before Messi joined Inter Miami, tickets used to sell for about $40. After Messi's signing, the average price became $400 to $800. Away match tickets that often didn't sell out suddenly did, even in US cities where football was previously lukewarm in popularity. As for new subscribers, we already discussed that, but in South America, there was also a 20 to 30% increase in new Apple TV season pass subscriptions. Regarding Inter Miami's own valuation, before Messi arrived, it was in the range of $500 to $600 million. Now it has reached $1.2 billion. MLS as a league became a global export property. This is about more than just Messi's impact. It's about the evolution of the global football economy alongside it. Lionel Messi's salary, plus revenue share from Apple and Adidas, and even a future ownership plan, a definite stake in Inter Miami. Beyond that, various business avenues, for example, Messi as a brand in South Florida, future plans for hotel ownership, and more. But Inter Miami also hugely benefited from Messi's arrival, turning a $25 million expansion team into one with a $500 million valuation, which now jumped to $1.2 billion after Messi's transfer. This is the dream of every investor and owner. Brand deals, commercial partnerships, stadium upgrades all accompanied Messi, benefiting Inter Miami's owners, the Mas brothers, Jorge and Jose Mas, and Beckham. Apple also gained enormously from Messi's move, a critical product for Apple as a company. For any platform, two metrics matter most:
Expansion, I'm talking about the new users, which jumped after Messi's arrival. And retention, long-term user stickiness, which also soared. Traditionally, sports were broadcast on commercial TV through local broadcasters. Money was made through ads and licensing deals. Ads before, during matches, licensing to networks. Now, that model is flipped. As a user, if you're a football fan and bought the Apple MLS Season Pass, you're on a global platform, not limited by local TV or blackouts. Just a subscription and a device, you can log in and watch from anywhere in the world, opening up a global market with no local broadcasting hurdles. MLS is making huge money not just from ticket sales or sponsorship, but from direct user subscriptions, just like top SaaS products. This model is global, and you can buy a season pass no matter where you are. India, Cambodia, Saudi Arabia, Japan. MLS, once a regional league, became a global digital-first product. Revenue, data ownership, and platform control, a tech company whose key product is streaming, making this a dream come true. Inter Miami, MLS, Adidas, Apple TV, all got a steroid boost. And that was Lionel Messi. For Adidas as a sports brand, this deal was a masterstroke. Besides record-breaking shirt sales, Adidas and Inter Miami got cross-continental visibility. Their shirts selling across Latin America, Europe, Saudi Arabia, and Asia. Every Inter Miami match was sold out. MLS's average attendance increased by over 40%. The league gained global attention, and Inter Miami brought in players who might otherwise have gone to Saudi Arabia. Players like Jordi Alba, Luis Suarez, and Sergio Busquets, all signed with Inter Miami.
Now, let's talk about perhaps the most important part related to this move, the World Cup next year. The 2026 World Cup and its connection to this deal, MLS has existed for quite some time, but until recently, it lacked a global icon. Messi has indeed changed that. In 2026, the FIFA World Cup will be hosted by the US, Canada, and Mexico, putting the US at the center stage of world football. The world will watch to see how America hosts, and there was a need to build hype. A modest word. A need to establish a new cultural identity. David Beckham and Jorge Mas achieved this masterstroke by signing Messi, securing critical eyes on Miami, the host city, for 2026. Commercial viability was essential. Messi, of course, signed a contract extension, an important figure, but let's consider the numbers and impact. Adidas' revenue increased, but also ancillary brands like Mick Ultra, a beverage brand associated with Inter Miami, saw double-digit growth. By 2024, Inter Miami's revenue had hit $200 million, triple the figure just before Messi signed in 2022. By the 2026 World Cup, Messi will be 39, but it's clear he'll play a part, not just as a player, but as a commercial powerhouse integral to MLS and US sporting authorities.
And you might wonder, Messi has already won a World Cup. Why ensure he stays? Let's go back to the start. When Messi missed a friendly match, it became a global incident. Fans expect to see Messi on the pitch when they buy a ticket, even for a few minutes. Since Messi's arrival, Miami has become the football capital of America. FIFA has even opened offices there, as has CONCACAF. The centralization of North American football is undeniable, driven by Messi's arrival. Crossovers from other celebrities, Will Smith, LeBron James, at Inter Miami matches create a global brush. Messi chose not just football, but an anchor role in the media business. His MLS contract was a calculated move, not just a retirement plan. If America and MLS build strong infrastructure for their football ambitions, down the road, they will surely recognize Messi's immense role. Football in America has already become a sustainable infrastructure. Messi didn't just change a league, he put an entire continent on the global football map. When we speak of Messi, we discuss goals and Ballon d'Ors, but his legacy isn't just footballing, it's impact, which is clear after his move to America. In modern MLS history, Beckham brought MLS onto the football stage in 2007, and Messi elevated it even further. In 2026 and beyond, Messi will not only remain a global football star, but also a football industrialist. This transfer proves that those who understand the football market can become not just the GOAT, but also a football media mogul. What do you think? Was Messi's move to Inter Miami one of the smartest in his career? Comment and let us know. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to No Ball IQ, and most importantly, share the video with your Messi fan friends, and with those who think Messi's MLS move is just a retirement move. Because this was a masterclass in football, and even more so in business.